Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem Harakah Kadash, the one is the apostles and elders of Great Most on it real well. Shalom, shalom to brothers doing the work of serving truth, pushing his word to the four corners. Saw this in the news, and it's that continuation really of the Vatican, showcasing. They're just the one with the system. They're just an aspect of the system. They're a part of the system that gets utilized to kind of channel a lot of spiritual aspects, and really it goes into the that Tower of Babel spirit, that everyone becoming as one, everyone worshiping the same thing. Because you had, even when this guy Francis came in, you had him going to going to Muslims, going to different religious leaders, and then meeting up with them and saying like, yeah, we should link up. Which, you go into the scripture, it says what can two walk together except they be agreed. How's a guy gonna be talking about Muhammad when the scriptures that guy is he don't exist, like he's of no relevance whatsoever. You get told specifically a man like Muhammad, you know, let let him alone, man. As an Israelite, you're not meant to be messing with, coming under some heathen, and then with these other practices that they're honoring other gods, honoring their practices are on some next shit. But this just is a continuation of all that. So on Sky News it says Mo men can become priests as long as they remain celibate, new Italian guidelines say. It's an unexpected adjustment from the Vatican, which previously said that men with deep-seated moral tendencies could not become priests. So yeah, it's basically opening the door to these guys being let in. And then you could having the faith, a guy that could have that demon on him, but then it's a matter of repentance. But then with the thing with what do you call it, with what this is not a singular action just by itself. This is another point on a graph, like where you're kind of tracking what they're doing, and then you see they're just trying to push. They're essentially at one with the agenda of the world, because they've been pushing the transformer robots in disguise. Transformer man them in disguise. Mindset, rhetoric, whatever. Directly from Francis, he was talking on that, saying, "Oh, God accepts them," which, the scriptures. You're just gonna be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" He doesn't even know what fucking planet he's on. Okay. Says the Vatican has given the green light for Mo men to become priests as long as they remain celibate. In an unexpected adjustment to practice in the Catholic Church, the new guidelines from Italian bishops will allow Mo men to enter seminaries. Although the Vatican had not explicitly prohibited Mo men from entering the priesthood in the past, an instruction from 2016 barred men who have deep-seated Mo tendencies. Yeah, and that's the thing is as well is you got all kinds of madness going on anyway, especially when you go directly to the Vatican. In the city state, you've got a concentration of it, but then even out, other parts of Italy, other parts of the world, where you have these specifically the Roman Catholic churches, they're they've been doing all kinds of a madness. There's countless accounts coming out of, XYZ happened to me, I was in there, blah blah blah. This guy did it, that guy did it, I was taken advantage of, etc. And then even with a lot of these things, there'll be more that just, hasn't even come out yet. That's known about, and that there could be people they've come out about it, but then it just got hushed, and and that's it. So it said new guidelines approved by Italian bishops say seminary directors should consider a priestly candidate's sexual preferences, but only as one aspect of their personality. When referring to mole tendencies in the formation process, it also appropriates no, it's also appropriate not to reduce the discernment to this aspect alone, but to understand its meaning within the whole framework of the young person's personality. So yes, it's given the green light, but then it's yes, as Pope Francis has been pontiff since, skipping down a bit, it says Pope Francis has been pontiff since 2013, has been viewed by some as having a more welcoming approach to LGBTQ plus, which what just shows he's at accord with this world. He's at accord with the whole vibration they're pushing out, which is of the alphabet, the moles, the transformers. That's been the vibration that's really come in from after. I remember saying it at camp as well. From when Obeezy got in and passed the mole marriage, then from there it's been like a big wave, not even just in the US, just globally. Because I remember it was, bro, it's especially in London, it was not anywhere near as on the same scale, and it's been pushed like significantly harder to where it's night and day. Like seeing one of them was, especially the Transformers, seeing one of them was a complete bewildering mystery back in the day. Now it's a normal. Now it's just a Tuesday. But yeah, that is them saying it's pushing out a whole vibration, and that's what it's all about. Because as it said, he came in 2013, and then they're saying he's been more welcoming. So why? Because not just in this, but there's been countless things that he's done to where he's had that inviting spirit on him towards that particular community. Why? Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And yeah, that false prophet is going into, that Roman Catholicism, that Vatican City, which is the hub of, the spiritual arm of Esau's power structure, man. That's what it's used for. It's used to basically push the spiritual aspects, and that's what these guys do. And then that's why you have the thing with the Roman Catholicism is like Jake utilizing that, but then Esau understood it's something that you can't you still got to take advantage of, because there's a significant amount of power within that they can use to push certain vibrations. That's why you'll have. And then it's not even like it's you just got the Pope by himself. It was when Lizzie was around over here. He was coming down, he was bowing, he was kissing the ring. He's at one with the system. He's linking up with these different aspects, other legs of the beast or the dragon, aspects of Esau's power structure, to where utilizing that to then push out these vibrations. And then you've had that left hand side pushed further and further, especially in recent times. That spiritualism, the new age kind of what would it be? The new age kind of forms of mysticism, crystals and horoscopes and what's it, star signs. These are things that people have been getting into in the current times, Because why? It's been a whole big push just in general within society. Because why? It's that ancient mysticism that opens up, people in the world to all these different forms of witchcraft that's used by the upper echelons of the elites. They utilize these things as a means of conducting, channeling, and utilizing power, especially, power over people as well. They know they can utilize those things to then blast, people's brains into the twilight zone. And then they're open to all kinds of things, and that's these things are being pushed, because as what verse 14, but they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the power almighty. So yeah, they're the spirit of devils working miracles, and that's really what people look at this. Oh, it's so great, they've people out here thinking, if a guy's a sword swallower, and then being treated justly, that's something great and honorable, and that's the time we're in. Someone to transform it, they're completely bugged out of their mind. He's gonna be 6'7", broader shoulders than you, muscle, a body fat percentage of like 3%, just built like a complete devastating MMA monster. And then they can just put on a dress, and then suddenly it's Transformers, man them in disguise, which that's complete madness. That's insanity. But you have people that'll be like, no. You try and tell them like, wow, that's just confusing. Like, no. Psalms 50:16, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what have thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my word behind thee? When thou sawest, well, actually, that was the point I wanted. Thou hatest instruction, and castest my word behind thee. That's really it. Esau's essentially gone about to establish his own form of righteousness, his form of what's just, his own form of order. But then it's actually just confusion, because it's built off the ancient. It's the bedrock of it. It's ancient mysticism. It goes back to Babylon, which is what the Tower of Babel, Tower of Confusion, and that's you can see it's been enacted within this current realm. And then what's it brought forth? Confusion. The relations between men and women have basically had Queen of Heaven, mysticism applied to it in the form of feminism. And what's it now become? Confusion. The youth, you go through the school system, then they indoctrinate you with all the wine of the society, to where, before you even got the capability, of rational thought, you already got the what you call it, the qualities of this world within you, man. And that's really how everything's been established. Everything's been established through what? They basically set up a system, values, customs, the image of the beast, and then all moving through that to where what the scriptures, the truth. That's they're like, nah, fuck that. They they had it. They've got access to it. Man in the Vatican, they got the Biblios, but then they're not utilizing it. It's of no consequence to them. They ain't trying to fuck with that. 2 Timothy 3:13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue that, evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. And that's what we're seeing. That's why it's like, them men pushing. You're gonna go up in the church and be, oh man, you're gonna go for some understanding of the scriptures, and this guy is gonna be convicted in his spirit because it's, he's a mo, and then he's meant to be giving you guidance or baptizing you or whatever. Like it's just it's pure confusion. It's pure confusion, but that's what this man's about, and really it's part of that dial being turned up as everything heads towards the end. It intensifies, increases in pressure, heat, confusion, all aspects increase as what it's all heading towards um ultimately resolving as Esau being taken out, man, his kingdom coming to an end. All the they've put all the baskets they put their eggs in, all the hopes and dreams, faith and trust they put within the system of society, and what they're trying to establish, it's all going to be in the bin, man. And it's far for us, verse 14. But continue down the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Yeah? Continue on what you learned. We ain't learned that, we're meant to be following by what the system of, Roman Catholicism. That's pure confusion. If you, trying to come under that, there's no hope. You're gonna ask someone, what does, who the world calls Jesus Christ look like? You ask them what Yahweh Shai looks like, and then you're gonna be confounded and mystified, and your brain's gonna be scrambled because they ain't gonna answer for you. You ask what the name is. What name? What's that name? That one name under heaven, by which all men can be saved. They say Jesus Christ. And you toast, bro. You can see missiles falling. You be like, "Help me, Jesus." You might as well call him. What's his name, man? From He Got Game, man. Jesus Shuttlesworth. That's for all the good it's gonna do. Cause why? That's not the name. That's a whole different name. When you're dealing with that name, there's a whole different spirit associated with it. Which is why it's like, people in the world, they'll completely be in accord and vibing at one with that name, that Jesus Christ. But then Yahweh Shai, that's a whole different spirit. Even in just, saying it, invoking it, saying like, oh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem HaKadosh. It's like, damn, it's a whole different vibration. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Shalom.